So today we're going to be going over vocabulary words. Some of the vocabulary words we've already studied for this week are accomplish, achievement, aggressive, alternate, independent, miniature, sluggish, sparse, reliable, cautiously. So these are some of the words that we've been learning this week. And what I want to do is, on the list of spelling words that you have at your desk, I want you to pick out a sentence, or not a sentence, a word. And with that word, I want you to create a sentence for me. And I'll go ahead and write it up here and see what the class thinks. Isabella, would you like to pick a word, please?
Sore.
Sore. And how do we spell sore?
S-O-A-R.
How would you use sore in a sentence?
When a bird flies, they soar through the sky.
Oh, great sentence. So he said, when a bird
flies, they soar through the sky.
Yes? Would you say that that sentence makes sense?
Yes, I do.
You do. You agree.
Yes.
So, soar would be the word that we use in this sentence. Yes, I'd like for you to pick out another word that we have not covered for the week and give me an example of how to write it in a sentence.
Impressive.
Impressive. Okay. And how would we use the word impressive? How would you use impressive?
In a sentence?
Yes, in a sentence.
I'm very impressive on how your grades are.
Okay. So the word is impressive. And he said, I'm very impressive on how, what was your sentence? On how?
On how your grades are.
Okay, so you said, I'm very impressive on how your grades are. Isabella, would you say that that sentence makes sense?
Not really.
Not really. Okay, so what is another way that you would suggest that you would write the word impressive in a sentence?
The grades were very impressive.
The grades were very impressive. Yes. Would you say the grades were very impressive?
Yes.
Makes sense in a sentence? The word impressive in that sentence?
Yes.
Yes? Okay. Would you agree with Isabella in her disagreement that I'm very impressive on how your grades are
Yes.
is not written correctly or said correctly?
Yes.
Okay. So, we learned that this word was not used appropriately, right?
Yes.
So, instead of impressive, what word could we have used? Or how could we have used impressive in a different way for the same sentence? I'm very impressed on how your grades are. I'm very, how would you write impress? In that same exact sentence. I'm very impressing on how your grades are. Or I'm very impressed on how your grades are.
Oh yeah, impressed.
You would say impressed, right? So, we'll just go ahead and correct this word and use it in the correct context. I'm very impressed on how your grades are. Sounds better, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Isabella, can you pick another word from the list that is not on our vocabulary word list this week and create a sentence for me?
That is not on the vocabulary list?
Yes, on the list, but one that was not selected for this week's vocabulary words.
Realistic.
Realistic. Okay, and how would you write the word realistic in a sentence?
The movie that I watched was very realistic.
The movie that I watched was very realistic. Yes. Would you say that this sentence using realistic is written correctly? The movie that I watched was very realistic. Would you agree with that? Does the sentence make sense?
Not really. I would add in one more word.
What would you add in?
And just, I think, maybe, let me see.
The movie that I watched was very realistic.
Let me think.
Isabella, do you think that your sentence is written correctly with the word realistic? The movie that I watched was very realistic.
The movie that I just watched was very realistic. That's what I was thinking. Like add in just between the I and the watch.
Okay, well we could do that. We could do that. So you're saying we're going to add in a word here that I just watched was very realistic. Okay, I think y'all did pretty good. That makes sense. Yes, can you pick up another sentence from the spelling and create a sentence? Or another word from the vocabulary words?
Yes. Character.
Character. Now that's a big word. Character. How would you use the word character in a sentence?
My favorite character in this book was a princess.
My favorite character in this book, correct?
Yes.
My favorite character in this book was the princess?
Yes.
Isabella, would you say that this sentence is written correctly?
No.
My favorite character in this book was the princess.
She said a princess.
Oh, sorry.
It is?
I thought I heard that.
She said
Okay.
I don't know what to say.
Was a princess. Okay, so Would you say that sentence makes sense? My favorite character in this book was a princess. Would you say it's correct?
No.
How would we correct it?
Put the instead of a.
Okay. So we would put the instead of a. So my favorite character in this book was the princess. So we have our sentence correct? Good job. Although we made a few errors, we managed to make complete sentences out of new words that we just learned off our vocabulary list. And we'll be working on this some more later on this week. Thank you.